Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arya Gustiawan. Now I want to explain about speech act, turn taking, politeness, and code switching in daily communication. Discourse analysis focus on how language operates in real-life social situations, rather than viewing language as isolated sentences. Discourse analysis understand language as action that occurs within interaction. Several key concepts commonly discussed in this field are speech act, turn-taking, politeness, and code switching. These aspects are frequently found in everyday communication and help explain how meaning is created, interactions are managed, and social relationships are maintained through language. First, first speech art. Speech art refers to the action that speakers perform when they produce utterances. For a pragmatic perspective. Speaking is not only about forming grammatical sentences, but also about doing things such as making requests, giving orders, offering apologizes, or making promises. Levinson, 2008. Speech acts consist of three components: the locutionary act, which is the literary meaning of the utterance; the allocutionary act, which represents the speaker's intention; and the perlocutionary act, which refers to the effect the utterance has on the listener. In everyday interaction, speech act can be clearly observed. For instance, when a student asks a lecturer, "Could you please explain this part again?" The sentence appears as a question, but its function is actually a request. This shows that meaning in communication is helped more by intention and context than by grammatical structure alone, making speech act a central concern in discourse analysis. Next, turn taking. Turn taking describes how participants in conversation manage the flow of speaking, including who speaks, when they speak, and how long they hold the flow. Conversation analysis suggests that interaction follows unwritten rules that allow speakers to alternate turns smoothly and minimize awkward pause or overlaps. From Sidnell and Stivers, 2012. In casual conversation, turn-taking occurs naturally. A speaker may signal the end of their turn by pausing, lowering their voice, or completing an idea which invites another speaker to respond. Although interruptions sometimes happen, they often carry social meaning, such as showing excitement or disagreement. For a discourse analyzer perspective, Kentucky highlight that conversation is a collaborative process rather than something controlled by a single speaker. Next, politeness. Politeness relates to how speakers use language to preserve social harmony and protect each other's face. From Brown and Levinson, 1987, explained why politeness strategies are used to reduce the potential threat of certain speech acts. These strategies include positive politeness, which emphasizes friendliness and solidarity, and negative politeness, which shows respect for the listener independence and personal space. Politeness can be seen in daily interaction, especially in how people praise requests instead of giving a direct comment like "close the door." A speaker may choose a more indirect expression such as "Would you mind closing the door?" This approach minimizes imposition and demonstrates respect. Therefore, politeness is not merely about being polite in moral sense, but about using language strategically to manage social relationships. Next, code switching. Code switching. Code switching refers to the practice of alternating between two or more languages or language varieties within the same interaction. Sociolinguistic studies explain that speakers engage in code switching for social and communicative purposes, such as expressing identity, showing group affiliation, and adapting to the listener, from Holmes and Wilson, 2017. In multilingual settings, code switching scores frequency. For example, Indonesian student might say, "Aku belum submit tugas," because they deadline is confusing. The shift from Indonesian to English reflects both the academic environment and the speaker's bilingual identity. In discourse analysis, code switching is viewed as a meaningful communicative strategy rather than a sign of inadequate language ability. Finally, conclusion. To conclude, speech art, turn-taking, politeness, and code switching are fun and fundamental concepts in discourse analysis because they illustrate how language functions as social action. These elements appear naturally in everyday communication and show how speakers use language to convey intentions, organize interaction, and maintain social relationships. By examining this aspect, discourse analysis offers deeper understanding of communication that goes beyond grammatical rules and vocabulary. Thank you.